Hello everyone, it is Emerson, and today I'm going to be helping you on how to do cones on the left and the right. We use these all the time in color guard. They look really strong if you do them right, and they're in most of our shows, so good to get them down. Okay, so the most important thing about cones is looking strong first. We want to have our feet at a second position. So that is shoulder width apart, and then for the rest of our body, we want our head looking up. We use an L in color guard. We do this with our fingers and then go into the dip of your neck and put your index finger right on your chin, and that should be where you're looking up. After you do a couple shows or doing practices with not using the L, you just get used to putting your head up. That's very important in color guard. So after you have your head up, you want to roll your shoulders back, you want your chest out, but make sure when you're doing this, your butt's not sticking out like that. We use our hands all the time to make sure our pelvis is tucked in. You will hear that a lot because it's very important. We don't want our butt sticking out ever, unless it's purposefully intended, which I don't know why it would be, but we do this and keep our body straight. It should look very strong. So when you pick up your flag, we start at an angle called shoulder hip. This is what it looks like, and it's called shoulder hip because our left hand will be on the bottom cheater at our shoulder, and our right hand will be at the tab at our hip. One very important thing to remember about this angle is this arm. So your left, it should not be up like this, down like this. It should be right here, parallel with the ground. We say when beginners are learning cones that you should be able to hold a teacup on your arm. So it should be very flat and parallel with the ground. You can practice this by looking at it, or grab a cup if you want to, but you just keep it parallel to the ground and do that every time you're setting for this position because it makes you look so much stronger. So after you have this stance angle down, our first angle that we're going to is right here. It looks like this from the side. All you're gonna do is take it from the first angle I just taught you to right here. It's not that hard. All you have to do is bring it right up. Sometimes you can hit yourself, so keep your body up and straight and just right there. When you get there, it is very important that you squeeze, because squeezing makes it look very strong, and we use it all the time in color guard. We squeeze everything during color guard. So when you get there, squeeze. You notice that when I'm doing this, this arm is parallel with the ground. It is not up here, it is not down here. When you see that your arm is parallel with the ground, your angle is most likely right because your arm is supposed to be like that. Your bottom arm, your left hand, is going to be on the bottom cheater, and it's just going to look like this. So you can make sure that your arm isn't up like this, down like that, or ask one of your vets in your study buddy group to look at your arm and see if it's parallel, or take a video of yourself and look at your arm, see what you need to fix. So we do cones in what we call 4's, 2's, and 1's. That's like when we're counting, we go 1, 2, 3, hit, 5, 6, 7, hit, 9, 10, 11, hit, 3rd, 4th, 5th, hit. So it's on every 4. And then 2's, it's 1, hit, 3, hit, 5, hit, 7, hit. So that's every 2. And then our last set of cones is going to be smooth. So when we go to our first angle, on 4's, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, hit. Don't rush this. Don't go 1, 2, oh, hit. So don't squeeze on the last count. Don't squeeze on any count before the last count is what I meant to say. So go 1, 2, 3, hit. Hit it right on 4. And now our next angle, don't make this too complicated for yourself. It can be hard at first, but it looks pretty once you get it. So we go to our first angle right here. And from this angle, we're just drawing a half circle right there. Now you notice that the hand that was on the bottom is parallel with the ground this time. And the hand that is on the tab, your right hand, is going to be right above your forehead. You should be able to see it. So look at how my arm is on the bottom. It is parallel with the ground. Make sure it's not like this. Make sure it's not like this. It should feel comfortable right here, right above your forehead. And when you are going from here, pretend that the tip of your flag is like a crayon or a marker. You're going to be drawing a half circle right above your head. So when you look, you could just pretend, like I said, you're drawing a half circle. That's all it is. 1, 2, 3, hit. Now, for the next angle. Don't cheat this one because a lot of newbies, or even vets sometimes, have cheated this. Don't bring it down like this. Our next angle, the third angle, is going to be right here. That's all it is. You're just moving from here, your parallel arm, to here, down. So now the hand that was at the top, your right hand, is going to be parallel with the ground this time. This hand is going to be right above your forehead like the other one was. So here to here. And that is our third angle. So let's go from the first angle to the second angle. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and from here, 9, 10, 11, 12, and now our last angle. We're going 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. This angle can be hard to hit sometimes when you're trying for your first time, because you may feel like it's hard and you want to bring it in. But this angle is very important. We want to make it look big, bring it out. We call this like sometimes like stirring the witch's pot, like stirring it around, making it big and out. So your arms, when you're doing this, should look like an equal sign at the halfway point, right here. My arms look somewhat like an equal sign when I am halfway there, and then bring it back. And see how I just hit my leg? I don't know if you saw that or not. But just bring it in. Don't be scared of hitting yourself. Just bring it out and back. Okay, so if we start from our first and second angle, let's stop there and then go to our third and fourth angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, those were our first two. 9, 10, 11, 12. And then our last one, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So you notice we are back at shoulder hip. We're right back where we started at the beginning in this strong position. This is where we start on our 2's. It can be hard to go faster at first, so if you need to pause the video and try that a couple times, totally feel free to do that. So after you got that down, we will do the same exact thing, except make it a little faster by doing stop on every 2 counts. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can try this with a slow beat at first. That is totally fine. You are getting used to it. But when we are in color guard, sometimes it can look a little faster, like 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And really make sure that you're squeezing on all of those stops, no matter if it's 4's, 2's, whatever it is. We really want to make sure that we're squeezing when we get there, because that looks so much better and way stronger as a whole. So after you have gotten the 2's down, we move on to 1's. These are smooth cones, so we're not squeezing on our stops. So it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not like that. It's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're still hitting all the checkpoints that we went through. It's just going to be in a smooth form. So when you're doing this, make sure you're hitting all the checkpoints, because that's very important. But just make it smooth and you can run it through your head slowly. Just be like, okay, we're going here, drawing the half circle, back down, and done. Right back where we started. And we usually do this in color guard like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you're doing cones, it kind of looks like an hourglass shape almost, or like an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That can help you remember. Maybe if you feel like you're not doing it right, just remember all of the checkpoints that we went through. And yeah. So I'm going to teach you how to do it on the left side now. It's the same exact thing, just the different hands. It can be a little challenging, but once you get it, you'll love it. It's really fun, and we do them all the time. So we're starting at shoulder hip again, just on a different side. So now our right hand is going to be at the bottom cheater at our shoulder, and then our left hand is going to be at the tab at our hip. And notice my arm is parallel to the ground still. This arm is being able to hold a cup. So this is the same exact thing like our first angle. We're just going up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm starting from here, it's gonna look 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going up like this. Don't make it too hard on yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your left hand is going to be parallel with the ground. That's how you check if your ankle's right, or take a video, like I said earlier, of yourself doing it. And the bottom arm is going to be at the bottom cheater again. From this angle, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to draw that half circle again. Pretend that you have a marker and just go 5, 6, 7, 8. Now your bottom hand that's on the bottom cheater, your right hand, will be parallel with the ground. And your left hand is going to be at the tab still, looking right above yourself. You would be able to see it, so it's right above your forehead. And it's strong, so you want to make sure you squeeze here, just like the right cones. So let's try going from our first to our second angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw our half circle. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there. Our third angle, just the same as the right cones. 9, 10, 11, 12. So now our right hand at the bottom cheater is going to be above your forehead, and your left hand at the tab is going to be parallel with the ground. So going from our second angle to our third, it's just right down. Make it sharp. 9, 10, 11, hit. we use hit as like our squeezing sound in color guard a lot. So when we're doing cones, it's like 1, 2, 3, hit, 5, 6, 7, hit, to remind ourselves that we need to squeeze on those points, because that is very important. So let's try going from our first angle